The feature I will be showing you in this video is a real time saver, and while you need to do a few things to set it up, once it has been set up you will benefit thereafter time and time again in terms of being able to do something very quickly. For instance, if you wanted to bring up or use regularly let's say a relative strength index, all you need to do, instead of going to frequently used indicators and finding where the relative strength index is, all you need to do is you go to Preferences, Add Function Keys. Now the thing that you see on your screen, I've already got one in here, but let's say we're going to add another one. So we say New. Now here you have 4 rows of little icons numbered from 1 to 10. And below that you have Indicator, Template, Layouts and Programs. Now since we're going to add another indicator, and we have already used number 1, we will select number 2 and it turns gray. Now we need to select the indicator we wish to use, and we said we were going to use the RSI. So let's find the RSI amongst all the indicators that we have available to us. There are so many of them that I even get relative strength index. There you go. Now you will see that actually automatically puts it in this line here, and the screen tip for also puts it in this line down here. And we now say OK. Similarly, you can add, let's say, a layout or a template. Let's first add a template. I've already got some templates set up, so you put a click on the template. Now you will see that the next row of icons is now turning blue. As you may recall, the first row was red, and since we haven't got a template yet, we click on number 1. It's automatically already selected, and now we need to click on the right hand side on this folder and open our template folder. Here you can see I have several templates already, and let's say an overboard and a momentum, unbalanced volume rather, and a momentum volume. So I select that one, it automatically puts it in here. It again puts the name in here, and I say OK, and it will now put it in. You got now 1 and 2, which are the 2 indicators we put in, and you have number 1, which is the template we put in. If you now say OK, note what happens. At the bottom of your screen you'll have the little indicators that we referred to a little while ago, or that you saw on your screen, and it shows you by putting your mouse on it what it is. Now by clicking on this, it immediately brings up the MACD. So in other words, once it has been set up, you automatically will load whatever you wish to have done in the past, or what you wish to have done in the future rather. I can now delete all the indicators. Let's say we now wish to apply the relative strength index we created a moment ago. Click on there, and there immediately you have the relative strength index. Okay, let's take this one off, delete all indicators, and now I wish to show you how the template that we put in works as well. Remember, we got at the bottom the number 1, which is the template that we added to the system. We now click on there, and immediately you have the unbalanced volume, the momentum, and the normal volume shown now. So in other words, these things now will stay in your system forever until you remove them. Let's now add another one and take all these indicators off to show you again how this works. So the first thing we need to do is we go to the Preferences menu, add function keys, new. Now let's say we now want to add a layout. So I click here on layout, and again the layout row becomes active, and these are all colored green. Number 1 is already grayed out, so number 1 is the one we're going to use. We now need to go to the right here, click on the folder that will open up the layout folder, and I got a layout on the food retail sector. I click on that one, it automatically puts that in, and I'll click OK. Let's say we want to put another one in. Again we click on new. Now because we have already used number 1, now we're going to use number 2. We accept number 2, open the layout folder. Food retail we've already done, so now let's make, I want to look at my gold layout on a regular basis, so I'll click on that. It puts it in here, and it also gives you the screen tip, and we click OK and click OK there. And now you will see at the bottom of your screen you have now 2 icons for indicators. You could have 1 icon for templates, and there are 2 icons here for layouts. The layouts, as I mentioned earlier on, are in green, templates are always in blue, and indicators are in red. So you will very quickly be able to identify what is what. Now, having put those layouts in there, let's quickly have a look at gold. So you immediately put the mouse tip on here, tells you which one it is. Click on number 2, and now the computer is loading my gold layout. And once you have created it, you will see that you will never have to do this again, because this will always stay in your computer. Now you can add as many of these right along this whole line down at the bottom of your screen. So you've got an enormous amount of space where you can add icons for very quick access. So the more proficient you become with this program, and the more frequently you use certain indicators or certain layouts or templates, my recommendation is that you create a function key and then add them at the bottom, so that from now on you will never again have to start searching for things by either going to the frequency indicators or going to layouts or templates. It's a much quicker way of doing it. It's a very unique feature of this program, and I'm sure you're going to be very happy with that. One other way that you can also help yourself, for instance, let's say that you wish to run frequently your Word program or your Outlook or your Excel. You can in fact add, again new, you can add a program to it as well. Now a program would, in this case, you would need to know where your exe files are stored, but the moment you put these in here as well, you can automatically run an external program whilst you're actually using ShareFriend Pro. This is a little advanced at this stage, and I'm not going to show you the exact way because most people would not particularly want to run this. But the indicator, template and layout are definitely some that you need to, or should rather, be using on a regular basis, because it will save you a lot of time, and it also helps you to become more and more familiar with the indicators you're using. Do try it. If you get stuck with any of these, by all means call our support line at 011 622-6767, and our support technicians will only be too happy to assist you with this.